Hi, garden friends. Welcome back to the Garden Girls podcast. I'm Meg,
And I'm Dagny.
and our friendship started in a group chat all about gardening. And so we're letting you guys in on the group chat. And today we're going to be chatting about sunscreen. And I want to start us off by saying I want to debunk some myths about sunscreen. There's a lot of discourse online about sunscreen and how a lot of people seem to think that sunscreen causes skin cancer for some reason and that it's like this evil thing. I've been seeing that a lot.
I
Have
have
you been seeing
too.
that a
I
lot?
have. So
Okay.
I'm very curious for you to drop these facts on us because I know internally I'm just like sunscreen is a good idea, but I need the
Yeah.
statistics, please.
I don't know if I landed on the wrong side of the internet or something, but I've been seeing it like a lot, a lot. And all
Yep.
of it is just rooted in total myth. So I'm just going to drop some facts really quick just to open up this episode. So, farmers, gardeners, and other outdoor workers have a 60 to 70% higher risk of squamous cell carcinoma and a
What?
2 to 3 times higher risk of basal cell carcinoma. And this is from a really wide study, and I can link the study in the description if you're interested in reading about it. That's a
That's
pretty huge risk.
way higher than I thought you were gonna say,
Yes.
honestly.
And if you didn't know, skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States right now. And 1 in 5 Americans are going to develop skin cancer in their lifetime.
Oh my God.
That is like incredible odds.
My
That's incredible
anxiety does
odds.
not love this. No.
Well, I it's not supposed to be like anxiety inducing. I just want to like put the risks out there and like this is what you're betting against when you don't wear sunscreen. Like
Sure.
these odds is what you're betting against. And sunscreen was, designed to shield us from that risk.
It's not to say, like, I think we both are very much into like cleaner skincare products, and like we're aware that some of them
Hmm.
are not that great. And that
Yeah.
certainly can apply to sunscreens too. Like, I know there's specific ingredients that I will try to avoid in sunscreens.
Oh, 100%.
But overall, like to just issue a blanket statement, especially if you have like an online platform and these are the videos that we're seeing that you're talking about that like people are like, no, don't wear sunscreen. I can't imagine saying that to somebody. Like, that's such a huge risk to take. I would not want to take it myself.
Yeah, and like you said, some sunscreens are better than others, just like some skincare products in general are better than others. And so you do have to do your research on the type of sunscreen that you're using. But at the end of the day, using any type of sunscreen is going to be better than not at all. Another like point that these people that are so anti-sunscreen try to make is they try to say that, like back in the day, people didn't get skin cancer and we're just now having more skin cancer. Why is that? It's because we're just now wearing all the sunscreen. And I think there's a few things. Back in the day, people lived to be like 30,
And they also didn't go to
40,
the dermatologist
know.
like every year. Like, I feel like that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, they probably had skin cancer and they just died of other causes before the skin cancer took them, or maybe they did die of skin cancer, they just didn't know. A lot of cancers have increased in rate because we are able to identify them now
Right.
when before we couldn't, or before they were misdiagnosed as something else, or like whatever. Also, something else that we don't think about is the environmental factors that we now deal with, like ozone depletion, and our ozone layer is being depleted, and that's letting more rays get to the earth, which is causing global warming. And so the globe is warming, we're warming.
That's right.
Our
Yeah.
skin is warming.
Right.
That's like a huge factor as well.
And if we're dealing with like autoimmune stuff, or if you're pregnant, like pregnancy makes you way more sensitive to the sun. Just in general, like you can burn more easily. There's just like, it's so important. I don't know.
Yeah, that's totally valid. And also, I think a lot of people don't realize that many cultures throughout the history of the world have tried to protect themselves from the sun in some way,
Oh,
shape,
I
or
didn't think
form.
about that. Yeah.
I mean, there has always been sunscreen since the beginning of time. It's just not been something that you lather on your body, but it might be mud or it
Mm,
might be a hat or, whatever, an umbrella or something like that. A lot of cultures are still very, very, very anti-sun. Like Japan, everyone's wearing umbrellas. Like
that's right.
everyone's walking around with umbrellas.
Yeah, that's
And
a cultural thing for sure.
that is a
Yeah.
huge cultural thing. And so I think that it's like this isn't anything new. It is what I'm saying. And like to see people talk about it online, like skin cancer and sunscreen is like some new thing, and that we should just all be baking out in the sun is crazy to me. I don't know. I just
Agreed.
can't.
Agreed.
I am probably a little more sensitive to it, I guess, because skin cancer does run in my family as well.
Yeah.
Like my dad literally just had I think it was squamous cell carcinoma removed from his nose.
Well,
So
yeah.
I'm like always trying to be extra careful about it.
Yeah. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that if we can easily avoid it. So, like, what kind of sunscreen do you like to use? Like, do you have a brand? Do you have a go-to?
Because I love not like using more natural products, I go with either titanium dioxide or zinc oxide
Yep.
sunscreen,
Same.
and that's more, it's like it's mineral sunscreen. So it's almost like slathering mud on your body. It's like topical, and it doesn't tend to sink into your skin like the other more chemical sunscreens. So that's like a more natural alternative to
Yeah.
sunscreen.
It's so hard to find ones that don't make you look like a ghost, though. Like, I've had
Yeah.
this major problem with this recently. And the only one I have found, it's like, okay, I'm greasy, but I guess that's better than looking like a ghost. I guess that's fine.
Like I said, it literally is like slathering mud on your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do that instead.
I've recently been kind of dabbling with Korean sunscreen because,
Ooh.
Korean skincare seems to be a lot further ahead than United States skincare.
True.
And they have some different ingredients in those. And I think it's the Beauty of Joseon. It's like a
Okay.
pretty viral sunscreen that's going
Okay.
around, but it is so nice. It's not greasy or anything like that.
I may
And
need to
it's
check that
great.
out. I've been using the Mad Hippie stuff, which works really, really well,
Oh,
but it is kind of greasy. I mean, it's not like the worst by far, but you definitely like want to wash it off right away. Like it doesn't ever fully soak it. I mean, and that's just kind of like comes with the territory with the mineral based sunscreens, I feel like, but yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It works, and that's what matters. And it has very, very simple ingredients, which is also pretty important to me. But I also do a lot of like other stuff to just not have to wear sunscreen as often because I don't like the whole process of like getting super greasy and everything. Like it's a project, and I think you're supposed to put on like way more sunscreen than you'd even think. Like it's something
Yes.
like every section of your skin is supposed to have like a tablespoon of sunscreen on it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I saw a video about this a while ago. It's like so much.
Wow. Yeah, it is. It's a whole process. I hate it too.
I know.
And I could be a lot. I'm like sitting here preaching about sunscreen, but like I could be a lot better about it. I'm not like perfect at wearing
Right.
sunscreen all the time when I should.
No, I will do like every workaround in the book, but like if I know I'm going to be out in the sun for an extended period of time, I will always put it on. But if I can also like, do you ever check like the UV index and check that to see if you? So usually it's like the highest between like 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. right now in the summer in this
Yeah.
area. So I'll try to get out in the early morning because it's like not as likely to burn me then. So if I can
Yeah.
get everything done in like half an hour when the UV index is low, I will not put on the sunscreen, especially if I have like other things like a rash guard or a hat that I can put on instead, like a physical berry or something like that.
And speaking of UV waves, let's go over the different UV
Please,
waves.
yes.
Let's do some
Give us the
science.
science.
So there are a few different UV waves. There's UVA, which is the long wave, and this is what causes skin aging and wrinkles. And UVA penetrates deeper into your skin. So if you're worried about aging as well, the sun does age you. It's
Yeah.
just a fact. And then there's UVB, which is the shorter wave, and that's what causes sunburn. And that is what's strongly linked to skin cancer. And even on cloudy days, you have to wear sunscreen because up to 80% of UV rays still penetrate through clouds.
That's a lot higher than I even thought it was. And I knew that
Yes.
it could still happen with clouds covering. So that's
It's
pretty
happened
crazy.
to me. I used to think that if it's cloudy, I didn't need to wear sunscreen. And I've done that at the beach, and I ended up getting really badly sunburned, even on a cloudy day. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I don't need sunscreen this day. I ended up getting like blisters. I ended up getting sun poisoning that day, which
Jesus.
I was so shocked.
It's so much worse at the beach, I think, because it reflects off the sand in the ocean too.
And the water.
Yeah.
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 Here's another fact. Just 5 sunburns in your life doubles your risk of melanoma.
Seriously? How are
Yes.
they defining like a sunburn? Like any amount of redness at all? Or like does it have to be
I would think like if it hurts
right?
and it itches, like you're burnt, which I'm already past that. I've been burnt
Oh
like so
yeah,
many times in my
absolutely.
life.
I
I
know.
think we're probably all past the 5 sunburns in your life. So,
Oh my God.
melanoma, look out. Which melanoma is like the scariest one. I'm terrified of
Yeah.
melanoma because it's sneaky, it's scary, it's the one that's most likely to metastasize to other parts of your body. And like having had cancer last year, now I'm just so hyper aware of like every kind of cancer, which is, there's just something that happens. I think you just
Of
get like
course.
this
You're like,
anxiety of like there's cancer
yeah.
somewhere else, or like, I need to prevent every type of cancer that I can now. So,
Well, yeah, your brain is like, okay, no, this can really happen. So maybe it could
right.
happen again. Yeah.
Exactly, because that's the thing is like you think it can never happen to you until it does.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it does, you're like, "Oh my God, this is real. Cancer
Mm-hmm.
is a real risk." And it's something that's so preventable is the thing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's so preventable. It's one of the most preventable ones that we have.
So with the different kinds of rays, do you know, like, I feel like I've seen this on sunscreen. Have you noticed this where they like will specify if it does both or just UVB? Or maybe I'm thinking of clothing that has this, like
I
treated
have
clothing.
seen that, I think,
Yeah.
especially with, so one hack that I like to do is if you wear makeup, I always buy makeup that has
Me too.
SPF. And I think I've seen that on some makeup where it's like UVA and UVB, like they
Hmm.
classify the two different types. But maybe clothing as well, which is another really good way to get some protection,
Right.
is now they're making basically like sunscreen clothing,
Yeah.
which is
I'll
really
wear
cool.
like the swim rash guards and it looks ridiculous, but like it's so much better than a lot of the other stuff because it's such a lightweight material. So even though it seems like, it's 90 degrees, it's sunny, I don't want to wear long sleeves, like it actually is kind of cooling. Like I have a black one and I find it keeps me cooler than having my arms totally exposed, especially with my tattoos. I mean, anyone with tattoos knows like how hot they get in comparison to like the rest of your skin.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps with that too. But
Why
yeah,
is that? Do you think it's the metal, like the mineral
probably.
content of the tattoos, I think is like heating up
Yeah,
faster or something? But
something
that's
like
true. I've,
that.
I've never even thought about that. It does get, and if it gets sunburnt, if my tattoo gets sunburnt, it is like way worse than the rest of my
Oh
skin.
yeah.
It'll like raise
Hmm.
and be super itchy. And that's another thing is if you want to keep your tattoos intact and
Oh yeah, it'll
prolong their
age
life,
them so fast to
it
get a burn.
will.
Hmm.
And then you'll just have to spend more money to get it redone.
Nobody wants that. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that. You could get a whole nother tattoo instead. Yeah, ever since
Right.
like I did my whole arm, it's been an experience. I knew it would happen, but it's brutal. Like how much hotter my left arm is compared to my right arm now. Not a
Hmm.
fan. Not a fan at all. Do you have like a go-to like hat you like to wear?
I don't know what the brand is, but it's a hat that I bought from my local garden center. My local garden center has like this whole hat section. I love it.
Nice.
And it's like full of hats, but I don't know what the brand is.
Mm.
I wish I knew. I think it's unbranded. I think it's just like,
Sometimes the garden center ones are the best and they have no brand on them. And it's just like you can only
right.
get it at this one place. Yeah.
It might even be a locally made hat. It's like
Right.
a straw type of hat or
Hmm.
something. But I love that kind. And
Me too.
I'm really bad about wearing hats because it's like a sensory thing for me. I don't like how they sit on my head.
Yeah.
I feel almost like claustrophobic when I wear a hat. So that's something that I could be better about. And one thing that I just recently got burned was my scalp because of
Really?
that.
Oh
Yes.
no.
I do
See,
not
that's never happened.
recommend burning your scalp. If you have a really hard middle part like I
Mm.
do, make sure to put sunscreen on your scalp. And I really like, this is from Supergoop is the brand. They have a powder sunscreen that you can put on your
Oh.
scalp. And you can also, if you wear makeup, you can apply it over your makeup and it's almost like a setting powder
Mhm.
as well as like a sunscreen powder. So I love like all these different like things that they're coming out with. So I'll now I've learned my lesson, because if you get sunburn on your scalp, it's like dandruff for like 2 weeks because it's flaking, like it's
Oh
peeling. My scalp
God.
literally started peeling because it got that sunburn.
No.
And yeah, so now I dab the powder. Like I carry it with me in my
That's so
purse
clever.
and everything. So if I don't want to wear a hat, I'm always making sure to put sunscreen on my scalp.
It's so nice that like there's so many different kinds of sunscreen now. I feel like when we were kids, it was like either the really thick lotion or like the spray stuff that burned you. Cause like if you put that on
Yeah.
your face, did you ever have that like traumatic experience?
Yes.
Like everyone
Yes.
thought we could put it on our faces when it first came out. Like it didn't have alcohol in it that was gonna like burn your eyes off. But no, it's not good for that. Yeah, now they make all sorts of like I think Sunbum has a spray one, just not mineral, but it's like meant for your scalp too. It's not a
Yeah.
powder, but it's a nice little bottle, which is convenient. I know. I like, so I cannot pull off a baseball cap to save my life. I don't know what it is. And brands keep sending them to me. I'm like, these are so cute and I cannot wear you. But the
I
straw
can't
hat,
either.
right?
It's
Straw
like the
hat
shape of
works.
my head. I think I have
Same.
too big of a head or
Same.
something. Like the top of my head's too big. It just doesn't work.
My hair is also really thick, so I feel like it just like poofs out like even more when you like compress it down to your head. And I get like the
Exactly.
worst hat hair if I wear a baseball cap too.
Same,
It's
same.
not a
And
good thing.
it's not. And I get so jealous of these girls that are just rocking these baseball caps.
I
I'm like,
know.
at the gym and stuff, I'm like, okay, you look so good, but
So
it couldn't be
good.
me.
No, same. Well, I'm glad we can commiserate on that because, yeah, it has always been a problem for me.
I'm about to just become an umbrella girl. I'm about to become one of
Right?
those ladies that carries an umbrella,
You
which is so
should.
like unheard of here. I never see people walking around with
No.
umbrellas, but like we said, in other countries, it's like common practice. They do that to protect themselves from the sun. I think it's so smart. It's
Get a
smart.
little parasol. You deserve it.
Yeah. Like a cute one, like
Oh
one of the
my
French
gosh.
ones. Like
Yes.
even like the French ladies used to walk around with those.
Oh,
Like
it's so cute. I
I
love
know.
it. Everyone always asks me, so I have one giant hat that I wear in a lot of my videos when it gets really hot, and everyone wants to know where it's from. So I'm just gonna say it's San Diego Hat Co. And it's like one
Okay.
of their main styles that they always have. And it's amazing. It looks as good as the day I got it. And it wasn't even like crazy expensive either. Highly recommend.
I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that.
Yeah, they have a few different styles. I think I got like a 5-inch brim, like, and which at the time I was like, this isn't that big. It's enormous. I love that it's enormous because it like covers the back of my neck more too, which is really nice. But it also makes it very hard to store. Like it has to be hung up on a wall because it's just so big. And sometimes it's hard to get through doorways. But I mean, how many times are you wearing the hat inside? So it's usually not an
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
And that's another tricky spot too. The back of the neck, the
Yeah.
tops of your ears,
I always
your
forget my ears.
lips,
Yeah.
when your feet. If I'm at the beach, I always have to remind myself to put sunscreen on the tops of my feet because my feet will
Oh,
get
and your
burned.
eyes. Did you know?
Your eyes, yep.
Like
Hmm.
a lot of times, if you're ordering like your prescription glasses or something online and you're like, oh, I'll just get the cheapo lenses, they don't have the UV protection. And that is actually very bad for you. So if you're not putting sunscreen on your eyelids, like you need UV and you wear glasses, you need the UV protection part of that.
And this is especially true for blue-eyed people, like
Oh, yeah.
fair-eyed people. Like my fiance has bright blue eyes, and he is so much more sensitive to the light than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll like his eyes will like get red and stuff in the sun. And
Yeah.
but which kind of brings me to another misconception, is that people think that if you have more melanin in your skin, if you're like darker skinned, that you don't need to wear sunscreen, which is just completely
Right.
false. It's just totally false. I even used to think that because I have more of like an olive like skin tone, and I tan so easily. Like I walk outside, I'm tan. Like the first day of summer, I walk outside and it's like, okay, this is your summer color.
Show
But
off. Gosh.
so I used to think like when I was in college, I don't think I ever wore sunscreen. Like I
Yeah.
didn't start taking this seriously until like very recently, and I just thought, I'm like I have like more olive tone skin, like, and I tan really easily, and I don't get burnt as easily, so I don't need sunscreen. Like why would I need sunscreen? And that's totally false. Even if you don't burn easily, you need to protect yourself.
Yeah. Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
So when you do get a sunburn, what do you do? How do you manage it?
I'm gonna give you guys a recipe for this sunscreen spray, or not sunscreen spray. It's an aftercare spray that I've been making for the past 10 years. I don't know where I got this recipe. I think it was probably in the deep, deep, dark depths of Pinterest or something because like I said, it's been like 10 years that I've been making this and I love it. I keep it in the fridge so it's nice and cold. And if I get sunburnt or something, or even if I'm not sunburnt, even if I'm like overheated, because I don't know about you, but I get like facial flushing
Absolutely.
sometimes.
Yes.
I'll spray it on my face because it just feels so good.
Oh,
So
that sounds amazing.
here is the recipe. And like I said, I have no idea where I got this, and you can play around with it. It's a very natural recipe. So 4 tablespoons of aloe vera gel. That's kind of your base. 2 tablespoons of vegetable glycerin, which you can pick up at Walgreens or like an Earth Fare, like a type of health store. 1 tablespoon of witch hazel. 1 tablespoon of liquid coconut oil. It's important to get the liquid kind. If you get the solid kind, it's just going to solidify. And then 15 drops of lavender essential oil. And then 1/2 tablespoon of colloidal silver.
Where do you get
And
that?
you can also find that, I think, sometimes at
Yeah.
like drugstores or maybe like an Earth Fare, Whole Foods, like a natural store.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last ingredient is 1/2 cup of purified water. So you just mix all of that together in a spray bottle, keep it in the fridge, and spray it on when you get sunburnt. It's my favorite thing.
That sounds amazing. It sounds so refreshing. I love that. I wonder if you could do like peppermint too, or something like that instead.
You probably could.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that'd be
probably
good.
could.
That sounds so much better than just like slathering the aloe vera gel all over you. Like, as much as that works, I don't like how it leaves like a film on my skin over time. And you just have to keep applying it, so the film just gets thicker and worse.
Yeah, I mean, when you get burnt, I think the first thing is just hydration. Like
Yes.
hydrate your skin, keep it moist because if it dries out, you're gonna start peeling. And then if you peel, you're gonna want to sit there and peel it
Oh,
off, which is so bad for your skin. You should not peel it, but it's like
you can't
so
resist.
satisfying.
I
You
know.
can't resist. If I peel, I'll literally I'll be sitting there all day, and
Oh my
I'm like a little
God.
monkey, like peeling everything off.
Do you
And
ever get those like no?
I'll ask my fiance to peel me. I'm like, please just get it off.
Do you ever get the like the sweat bubbles? Like, oh, it's awful. You've never experienced this? Like when you're
What?
peeling, if you're like
Oh,
really
yes.
hot, yeah, and
Yeah.
the sweat gets trapped under it. That's
Yeah.
nasty.
It's gross. You're not supposed to peel your skin though.
Definitely not. But
You're just aiding
everyone
to the
does it.
damage. You're supposed to actually just keep slathering it with lotion or whatever when it's peeling.
Nobody's doing
And
this.
yeah, no one's doing that, but that's what you're supposed to do. So, I guess one final point to what kind of sunscreen you should be using is you should make sure that it's a broad spectrum SPF, which includes both of the rays, and between 30 and 50. I think I've read that anything above 50 is kind of like not
Pointless.
necessary. It's
Yeah.
kind of pointless. So I usually go with 30. I just
Yeah.
go with, like the lowest. But there's also this thing about using coconut oil instead of sunscreen.
What?
And you've never seen people talk about
No,
that,
why
how
would how would
they just use coconut oil instead of sunscreen. Coconat oil has an SPF of about 4. So,
so is
I
that doing much for you?
right. It's really not doing much for you. So make sure that you're getting at least 30 when you're out in the garden, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I layer mine because, like you said, my makeup has some in it, and so then I'll have that on
Yeah.
already, and then yeah, and how often are you like reapplying? Because this I feel like is very controversial as well.
It's
Like,
supposed to be every 2 hours.
yeah,
Some people do every hour. I do every 2 hours. But
yeah,
studies show that every 2 hours is what you need
that's
to be doing, which
still a lot, but
it's so hard to keep up
mhm.
with. I know, like, it's so annoying and it's so hard.
And
And
then
you get
if you
out there
already have
and you
your
forget
makeup
about
on
it.
too, like,
Right.
what do you like? I feel like then you're just looking for a spray or a powder on top of what you did
Yes.
originally. Like you're just
So that's
topping
why I
off.
like the powders and stuff
Yeah,
for
I need to get
the
that.
the face anyway, if you do wear makeup. I think that's all that we have as far as sunscreen advice in the garden. Hopefully you guys are out there and you're protecting yourselves against the sun. We got to take care of our gardens, but we also have to take care of our skin. So don't slack. And that I'm saying that to both of us as well.
I know, we need to
because
hear it. We need the reminder.
Yeah, we need the reminder. Honestly, this whole episode is just like a huge reminder to
Yes.
everyone, including us. Because
Always.
I could definitely be better about keeping up with the sunscreen, especially in the hottest months. Like,
Yeah, we're
I
in
think
it.
this episode will be released in August. Here in North Carolina, August is one of the hottest months that we have, and it's the most intense sun. And so it's extra, extra important. All right, you guys can find us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for listening.